So welcome everybody. I'm Jennifer Roig-Francolí, the host of the Mind Body Practice Tribe. I haven't met here with you for quite a while, it seems, because I've been here on vacation in my mother's land of Switzerland. And I just wanted to talk to you today. Today's my last day here, and it's a little bittersweet. I'm looking forward to going home, and actually I'm not going home. First I'm going to Chicago to the 11th International Alexander Technique Congress for a week. But I'm going back to the States. So I'm a little sad to leave Switzerland because it is so beautiful here, it hurts. I've been posting some pictures lately, and the mountains and the views and the woods here just can't be beat. And I feel so blessed and lucky to have the opportunity to come here every year or two, thanks to my parents. So I wanted to talk to you today about how important it is to take time away from your work or things that you do habitually. It's so important to be able to step away for a little while. And every time I do that, every time I come here, I remember how important it is to get out into nature and just clear my mind of everything that I'm thinking about all year long, including music, performance, teaching, business, all these things. They're just far from my mind, although I love what I do deeply. So it's always a little bit in the background of my mind. And here's the proof. I mean, this is my last day in Switzerland. Here I am in the woods by myself, having trudged up part of a mountain, working up a sweat. And what do? I stop here in this little clearing to talk to you about it. So there's obviously something I really love about meeting with all of you and thinking about Alexander technique and music and life. So I guess the theme of my little video for you today is the importance of stepping out of habit and stepping out of your habitual environment and going into nature and just doing something to clear your mind and body of the usual everyday life. Of course, not everybody has the opportunity to leave and go to Switzerland, but I hope you've been able to share in my experience vicariously through my pictures and so forth. But even if you have a 9-to-5 job, it is always possible to carve out a little bit of time for yourself where you just get to go away, even if it means just 5 minutes of meditation where you're pausing, you're stopping, you're doing life and coming back to yourself in prayer or meditation, or you're creating that natural space inside of yourself, even if you can't be in a beautiful natural space around you. I do feel that it's important to do whatever you can, do what it takes to get yourself into a natural environment. It's just, we forget how important it is when we don't have it for a long time, but I'm always overwhelmed when I have the opportunity to get back into nature and I realize what I've been missing and how my soul is desperate. It's like dying of thirst, and I don't even know it during the year until I get myself out into nature again. So you may not be feeling that need, but you'll probably notice how much you were needing it once you're there. So I urge you to do whatever you can to get yourself into a natural environment and away from your everyday life. So what does this have to do with music? You might wonder, why is this in the musical Mind Body Practice Tribe? It's because you want to bring everything that you are to your music, and actually music is a vehicle to express everything that you are, the essence of yourself. We are so lucky as musicians to be able to communicate the things that really matter most, the depth of our experience, the depths of our soul. We can express that through the instrument of the mind, body, self, and out, if you can do it through your voice, if you're a singer, or through your musical instrument, piano, flute, violin, viola, whatever your musical instrument is, it becomes part of you, and you express all of that through your musical instrument out to the world. So with the Alexander technique, we're learning how we're interfering with the natural expression of this essence of who we are. And we learn how to undo the habitual blocking of that natural flow and movement. So one of the ways that I teach my students to practice this and to start to experience more flow is by doing something called the cycle. The cycle is it's a basic Primal Alexander etude developed by my dear friend Mio Morales, an Alexander teacher in Oregon. And many of you watching this are familiar with the cycle, but just to give you a very brief introduction to what it is, in case you have no idea what I'm talking about, what we're going to do is a 2-minute practice. And the way we do it is we hold one finger at a time, very softly, very lightly, gently, and on each, see, just like holding a little bird or a little bunny, and then you rest your hands in your lap. No squeezing, no, you don't want to do that to yourself. This is all about minimal effort and softness. So you're starting with your thumb, and on each finger we're going to count to 4. When we do this together, I'll do the counting and you can just stay silent. When you're by yourself, you can do this out loud for yourself. You do the counting, or right now, I'll do the counting. After each number, we're going to open up to wondering about easing in the body or relative comfort, or we're just going to ask ourselves, where in my body do I notice a little bit of easing right now? So you may not notice anything at all, and that doesn't matter at all. The amazing thing about the cycle is that it's all about the attitude you bring to the practice. And the attitude we want to cultivate is one of open wondering. So you start to develop an ability to ask this question and wonder without needing an answer. You do not need an answer to this question. Don't even try to find one. If a place in your body of relative ease shows up, that's fine. You can notice that. If nothing shows up, it really, truly does not matter. The magic of the cycle is in the opening up to wondering about easing in the body. Okay, so we're not trying to relax, we're not trying to create ease, we're not trying to find anything, we're not trying to answer a question. All we're doing is asking and wondering, asking this question, where in my body is there a little bit of easing right now? And you just ask the question with that kind of light not caringness after each number. Okay? So here we go. I'm going to start with the thumb. And you ask the question silently. All right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Now move over to the index finger. So you're holding your index finger and resting your hands. 1. Where in my body is there a little easing right now? 2, 3, 4. Middle finger. You'll see with practice, you don't even need all those words. Your brain will get what the question is, and you'll start to open up to wondering in the way that has a positive effect. Okay? Middle finger. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ring finger. 1, 2, 3, 4, pinky, 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Now we're going to go on to the second hand, thumb. 1, 2, 3, 4. Index finger. 1, 2, 3, 4. Middle finger. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ring finger. 1, 2, 3, 4. And pinky. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. So that really just takes about 2 minutes, even though in a way it's like stepping outside of time. Just like we step outside of our habitual environment to come into nature or into, a different, more beautiful, positive environment. Just like we can set up our surroundings to help and support us if we can. And we really have to do what we can to make that happen, even if it's just a little bit every week. Just like we do that, it is possible to pause during our day. And I recommend doing the cycle twice a day, once in the morning and once at the beginning of your musical practice session or later in the day, it doesn't really matter. But to do it regularly is absolutely essential to start rewiring your brain to create positive flow in your body that you can then bring into your music to make it easier and more beautiful, more fun, more exciting, more you. Not necessarily more beautiful, just more wholly you. And what I mean by that is that we have everything inside of us as human beings. We are infinite. We contain the universe inside of us. We have the beautiful, the ugly, the kind, the evil, the good, everything is contained in the human being. But we do have the free will to choose which aspects we want to enhance or bring out or make more present for us and others. What you focus on, you get more of. If you want more ease and goodness and kindness in your life, then just rewire your brain by wishing for that. But don't try to make that happen. That's where doing the cycle twice a day is just so wonderful, because it's a way to help us get out of the way so that those natural good qualities can shine through with ease. So I hope this was useful, helpful, interesting for you. And I hope you were able to enjoy a little bit of the beauty and peace that I'm finding here in the woods in Switzerland, in the Alps. And I hope that you'll be able to bring some of that into your practicing when you're making music, some of that into your performance, if you have a performance coming up, Or even if you're just a beginner, it doesn't matter what level, skill level you are in your instrument. Obviously, this has nothing to do with your skill level, all of what I'm teaching. This has to do with whether you're just learning to hold your instrument and play some open strings, or you're playing Tchaikovsky concerto in front of thousands of people. Doesn't matter. What does matter is that you know why you're doing it, and that you are bringing your authentic self to what you're doing. And you can learn how to bring more and more of your authentic self to what you're doing. And you can do that right now. Actually, you can only do that in the present moment. Just place to start is to just pause and wonder, where is that ease or peace or goodness inside of me right now? And just wonder. You don't have to find it. You could be feeling horrible. You could be feeling sick and in pain and like a terrible person, and yet something in you does know that there is ease and peace and goodness inside of you. So don't do anything to try to find it or try to make yourself into a better person. Don't try to change yourself. That's very important. Don't do that. That's pushing yourself around, and it's not loving to you or anyone. What you can do is pause, take a moment, and wonder about that. Just open your mind, body, self to wondering. It's a big mystery. You don't have to understand any of it. But you can wish to connect with that mystery, and just wondering with this simple question, where in my body is there a little bit of easing right now? Just try it out. Don't take my word for it. Try it out. Experiment with these ideas twice a day for a week, and then let me know. Let us know in the Mind Body Practice Tribe what you discover about yourself. Okay? All blessings and peace to you. Happy practicing, and lots of love. Bye-bye.